Yo guys, how y'all doing? So before the video starts, I'm just here to tell y'all that whenever the channel hits 666, so 666 subscribers, I'll be giving away 3 daily login rewards to whatever gacha you want. Could be Genshin, WUWA, HSR, ZZZ, or each other one, whatever one you want. And if you guys don't play gacha, if you're watching this video, probably do though, I will just PayPal you $5, okay, $5. So, without further ado, let's just get into the video, shall we? So, boys, apparently Hoyo is hiring for new projects, right? And to be specific, we got some more information about them as well. And some of them are pretty interesting because they changed the engine to be Unreal Engine 5 instead of the usual Genshin engine, Hoyo engine, which is based off of Unity that they usually use. So, let's talk about this. First one, modern city and open world. If I had to guess, maybe a Honkai MMO, maybe a ZZZ MMO, maybe a straight up new IP. Who knows? Still pretty interesting. Multiple storylines, so maybe a choice based game, open world and modern city, which means maybe a urban type of vibe, kind of ZZZ. Unreal 5 though is the most interesting thing, and the fact that it's an RPG. Let's be honest, basically every game nowadays is an RPG in any way, shape, or form, so that doesn't really count much. But the fact that it is an Unreal Engine 5 game is pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. So the other one that they're hiring is a character concept art, but this time for a realistic fantasy, which is basically low fantasy, if you guys know what I mean. Kind of like New World is also a low fantasy game. So realism and fantasy, action, and also Unreal Engine 5. Those two are probably different games, right? If I had to guess, because Modern City seems to be a lot more grounded and a lot more less fantastical than a realistic fantasy. Although realistic fantasy is basically low fantasy, which is near that, but I don't think we're getting two of the same, right? I don't think they're hiring two concept artists for the same game, but with different POVs, right? Because one is open world, one is action, so we have different definitions and descriptions here. So I guess those are two different games, right? And because both of them are UE5, it means that none of those could be games that Hoyo already have released, right? Because Genshin, Impact Third, HSR, and ZZZ all run on their Unity modded version. So these necessarily have to be about new games, new IPs from them. Maybe one of those, maybe this one could be an FPS since there's no RPG element here. I've heard about an FPS coming from Hoyo before, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So this one has to be their Animal Crossing game. If you guys saw the leak, I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Hoyo is designing an Animal Crossing game. It's probably gonna be the next game that they release because it was already in alpha, or inside testing. I don't really remember. I think it was the first alpha though. And if you guys saw some things about it, they are a bit of furry-esque, animal, humanish characters. They are all chibi. The life simulation and social interaction make a lot of sense if you're thinking about Animal Crossing game. But the UGC, though, is the super interesting part. Because if they add the ability to create content in the game, the players creating content for themselves inside the game, this gives such a huge lifespan to the game that they never had before in their other titles, right? Genshin, HSR, Impact Third, ZZZ, none of them have that. And UGC is one of the easiest ways to make a game last a lot longer, right? To make it evergreen without having to spend a lot of money into it, without having to dump a lot of development time, marketing, and all of that shit, because UGC usually carries the game by itself, just like Halo did, just like GTA did, and just like many other games did. So this one is the interesting one. They're looking into scene concept art of someone that already knows a Honkai IP. I wonder, is this just a reimagination of Honkai Impact Third? Is this just a new role inside the Honkai team? Because it could be for someone inside HSR, it could be for someone inside Honkai Impact Third, or it could also be a brand new game inside the Honkai IP. Although the information here doesn't really help out that much, the fact that there's a spirit companion makes me lean a little bit more towards Impact Third because of their elf system. I think it was elf system, right? But again, it could just be a brand new IP. Who knows, right? And the interesting one, the real different one, is this one, right? A scene concept art for European and American cartoon. Again, shooting. Maybe the FPS is here, not there, or maybe those true roles are for the FPS. Who knows? Maybe the action and the shooting here. I don't know. Near future, which means the story is gonna be like 2200 something, right? Fantasy and multiplayer. That shit's gonna be interesting. How the hell are they going to transform shooter into a gacha game? Is it going to be a PvE shooting game? Kind of a looter shooter? Kind of like Destiny? Kind of like Borderlands? Are they going into competitive space? Into Valorant and CS? Because I wonder, how the hell are they going to put gacha into those games? Only in skins? I don't think so. Hoyo is so used with selling gacha as a power progression system that I don't really think they would change it up that much. Although, I would be happy to see them try something new, right? But that is probably going to be more in the likes of a looter shooter, kind of like Destiny, kind of like The First Ascendant, kind of like Borderlands, and all those games. I love them a lot, so I'm happy with it. But I wonder what you guys think. Hoyo is trying to touch every type of gaming genre. They are smart though. They are trying to diverge and expand into every type of market possible. They are already one of the top 10 companies in the whole fucking world. Not only talking gaming, company period. So they might as well try a bunch of shit that they want to, right? If they do it well enough, if half of these games are successful, they already pay out for every. Actually, if one of these games are successful, they will already pay for all the expenses of the failed game. So they might as well experiment, right? The gacha monetization is so good in making returns, especially with them that already have such a vast experience and a huge name in the space. So they might as well do some experiments and throw some things to the wall and see what the fuck sticks, right? Hoyo racing sim game? I don't think they're gonna see a racing game from them. A shooter gacha is gonna be hella pay to win. That's why I think it's gonna be a looter shooter, right? Because then pay to win's a little bit more acceptable than a competitive one. Hoyo's leaving gacha for microtransactions? I don't think so. Like shooters should be skilled first before everything. You can argue that for every gaming genre though. Snowbreak? Nah, let's just not put Snowbreak into the conversation. Let's be honest here. We already have gacha FPS, so it's not new. Yeah, but those games don't really do well, do they? They haven't really tried pushing into the mainstream or anything like that, right? Those games are just there to make coomers that want to play a different game, and there's the option, right? Yeah, boys, that was pretty much it. Did you guys enjoy all the talk? What do you guys think? Which type of games are Hoyo making besides the Animal Crossing, the MMO that we all know, and of course the shooting, which is already written here? Do you guys think it's gonna be a PvP shooting, a PvE looter shooter? What y'all think? Leave your ideas down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on my Twitch. I stream every day on both Twitch and YouTube, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.